Hello, everyone. RBG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more stories. The Path of Destinies. In the previous video, we went down the Lupino rabbit hole again, and we got betrayed again. So now we have just one more for his endings there. So yeah, but this time, guys, we're going to go for the Sky Ripper again.
Every child knew about the Sky
But this
Ripper.
time, we're not going to go for the core. We're going to go
transcendent
after
emperor
Zenobia,
buried
which
its
maybe
pieces
this
deep.
one will end to a Zenobia
this emperor's
ending.
horrific
We'll see.
sacrifices had brought it back to the surface.
Because I mean, this is
Reynardo
the only
wasn't
one
exactly sure how to use
with the
legendary
options to go
weapon.
to Zenobia. But then again,
Surely there must be some
well,
way
actually,
to do
no.
it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he
no, never mind.
somehow summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon?
I was trying to
out of
think,
the
like,
deep
well, then
places of
again,
the
there was
earth?
that one.
It was more than Reynardo could fathom. But if he could
that
find a
we
legendary
did
weapon, he
For
would
this,
use
but
it. As he set foot on the island, Reynardo couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lupino still waiting to be rescued?
So,
No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits?
did rabbits?
Reynardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature.
Ow, fuck you.
Could he stick with it? Say
There's a
goodnight,
door there.
Gracie,
No, it's the next one.
said Reynardo, wondering who Gracie was.
Good night, Gracie. I think that was supposed to be a hit at the Waldens, right? I know for sure one of them I didn't do was throw them off a cliff, so...
There had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper without causing a catastrophe. Why? Maybe it's always dangerous, he imagined Zenobia saying. Always the voice of reason, that one. Well, there had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper because not being able to use it was boring. So there.
So there. You're a catastrophe. It's gone to devastate. So I just have Catastrophe stuck in my head by Trivium. It's a good ass song. Honestly, don't know why it's in my head, but it's a good song. Do I need a reason? Yeah, maybe they didn't count me smacking him with
This chest was filled with reprints of the entire Sandman series. Reprints? What was the point of collecting those? Ooh, there was something else.
Fuck you. Now, that's close.
Well, the eyes have had it.
I don't know.
Pick you.
I honestly don't know what it was I missed. I know I got one from over the cliff somehow. I think maybe it was having someone die or ramming one into another one. It might have been one of those. I don't know. Actually, I don't think I used the frozen one either, so either way. Yeah, there's one there. I mean, this is the end of the level right here, so it's time to go see Zenobia.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him. Reynardo asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero. The truth is, though, he wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because, know your enemy. All right, maybe he should stop pretending. He knew exactly how she felt about him. But their love affair always ended with a tragic death. Unless, maybe he could find a way to dodge tragedy. Surely he could, couldn't he?
Counter, no. Push someone off the cliff, which I guess I could have done if I kited them over there, but ow. Not a big deal. Again, I guess I'm really not too worried about getting that trophy before the final trophy, but you know, it'd be nice if the final trophy I got was seeing the true ending. You know, maybe it could be. Maybe it could be. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just,
Hey, I hear black is the new day.
fuck off. Oh my god. Again, maybe they don't count that whatever when I freeze them like that with a parry. I think it's stupid, but whatever. I think there was a fight over here. This is actually the... Well, actually, no, it's not. I was about to say this is the last fight it would be, but no, you can actually get another fight. Oh, there's no fight over here. Okay.
This chest had teaspoons stolen from every inn in Boreas. Oh, and something more useful.
I'll be honest, I do love that fluff dialogue when you open up a chest. It's like, oh, there's just something random in this chest, but something actually useful.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he? Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away or just really small?
Reynardo wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The swordfish school was closed now. But he had been down that street 1,000 times.
Fuck off.
He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself.
Someone needs a bar.
There we go. I did them all there somehow. I guess I don't know you break those. I love breaking them. I just love doing it. Alrighty.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Sky River, the Iblastone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled His Majesty in.
But why didn't he get the core?
Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Reynardo grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia.
That makes no sense. It's a trap,
Shouted the Emperor.
I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators.
If Reynardo came face to face with the Emperor, Maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
Go meet the Emperor. Reynardo's irrational decision to find Zenobia after collecting Skyripper's amateur turned out to be a disaster, but maybe he could salvage the situation. The Emperor was heading for the Nexus. Reynardo could attempt an assassination. He would let Zenobia take him to the Nexus and then he would escape. Turn Zenobia against her father. He could turn Zenobia against her father. He could show her evidence of the Emperor's madness, but they would need to pay a visit to the scientists of the Nexus. He knew exactly what to say to make her listen. Let's try this one.
What are you doing?
Asked Zenobia.
Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you?
He asked her.
She shook her head.
He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back.
They could make him an eater of souls.
An immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned.
Furious. You're lying. Under a truce spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will. What kind of proof could you possibly have?
She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village, and he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned.
The dead can't lie.
Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly.
You go on ahead. I don't want the ravens to see me.
How exactly would this work then with the other slide when we're not trying to have her turn on her father? It's like, oh, hello, hi, I have, alright, could've just gone this way first. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's like, oh, hello, yes, I'm her prisoner, but she's letting me go ahead to the outpost for whatever reason. I know some of the I'm sure there maybe he would have been like, "Oh, I escaped," type thing. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. We'll see that in another part. Most likely, not the next part, obviously, but probably. Let's see if the next part. And the next part I do that will. The next time I do this one, it'll be the opposite. It's where I'll do the opposite of whatever this decision is. So we'll see.
Whoa, personal space.
Fuck off! Come on, that's such a clear path that I should be able to fucking throw someone.
Reynardo felt a breeze through his armor. Oh dear, that wasn't good.
Well, the good news is I'll... Yeah, I already read that one. Ah, damn it. I want to do that. Oh, there's some crystals over here I can do that with. I love how, like, you know, it's like, but why did he get the core? And it's like, even he doesn't know why. It's like, yeah, it's because completionist thing. Damn. I might get... I think there should be at least 2 more fights here, so... I'm actually curious, we'll actually hear the witness.
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the Lost Gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why'd he adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No. Not when there's no good answer. She said, her whiskers twitching.
I honestly couldn't remember what was over here because I think we had this path as well during the last part. No, it was a different path. So I feel like there's multiple paths to take you to the outpost, and then there's multiple paths to take you to the observatory. So many paths. So many paths.
The Emperor had learned enough secrets from Reynardo to crush the rebellion. There will be a fair trade if the scientists could convince Zenobia to change sides.
Fuck that. I feel like it'd be only fair if the thing oh my god, fuck you. If the thing was actually on this side, like the side it was first. And then doesn't help that they can clip through. Boom. Hope that all that killer XP. That was definitely the final fight in this time. For this one. I guess his choice will probably be Rebel Base or the well, it's always the Rebel Base or the mountains. You always go to this one for the 3rd chapter. Wow, this place will always get fucked unless you're when you're trying to bring Zenobia here.
Hulk, dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Reynardo was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels, Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing.
I think for this one, I will actually go to the rebel base. But let's read the stuff first. I'll go to the rebel base because I didn't go there in the last part. Meet Zenobia on the mountains. Reynardo had finally turned Zenobia against her adopted father, but the Emperor, but the rebel base was still in grave danger due to the spilling of the rebel secrets. Whatever Zenobia was up to, he was too invested to leave her to her own devices. Maybe he should meet her on the mountains. Whatever Zenobia was up to, saving the rebel base was a top priority. He would meet Zenobia again, he was sure of it, but first to the rebel base. Rescue the rebel base.
Reynardo was torn. He wanted Zenobia to see the truth of her father. But she could get the truth out of her father faster without him tagging along. Meanwhile, the fleet would soon be knocking on the door of the secret rebel base. Reynardo had better be there when they did.
So he had given the Sky Ripper's core to the Empire. He felt stupid about that.
He hoped the Emperor didn't bring the Sky Ripper against the base. There was nothing he could do to fight a legendary weapon. Reynardo
way back
hated
home.
when he screwed up. One of these days, he would learn to look before he pounced. But today is not that day, he intoned for his own amusement.
Defend the rebel base. So definitely in the next time we go down this
He could
line.
learn new skills. If only he'd take the time to figure out which.
I'll get that one. So the next time that we do this route, we'll go down that path. I do also have to realize that, like, when it's the whole, like, oh, let me grind some of these levels up. And granted, I don't think it's a bad idea for me to grind some levels up. So I'm a little closer when the time comes, but at the same time, it's like, I'm literally, like, not, like, I just got halfway done with. Oh, wait. Oh, I could actually throw someone out that way, I suppose.
To tell the Council he'd given the Empire Sky Ripper's core and the location of the secret base. They needed him in battle, not in the brig, right?
I hope this way gave away before a fight.
Rushed. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, the other, I think. I honestly don't remember if this took me to a fight. Might have. Nah, I don't think it does. I think it only fights that one over there. Yeah, it just takes me to a big. Thing.
The Raven was slumped in a pile of its own feathers, like a tree in November.
You can't stop us. The Emperor has a weapon no warrior can defend against.
What happened to you? Reynardo asked. But the Raven chose that moment to go to the great nest in the sky.
So they'd made the core into a weapon. That wasn't good.
That wasn't good. I done fucked up, Ron. there wasn't a proper way for me to throw someone over the cliff there.
These things really slice like ham.
God.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
I got the godlike. Almost would have had the perfect if I didn't get hit that one time. Would have been 1900? I think it would have been 1900, so close to 2000 experience. Gooch. Yeah, they say like it's a rebel base level where you would do it, because I guess it's one of those options where you could end up replaying the level and you get like a good amount. And yeah, that is actually a good amount of experience I get every single time.
Reynardo had never slain so many ravens. The secret base was gonna stink of burnt feathers for months. The council speaker was confused.
Our spies say Zenobia has gone berserk. She attacked and destroyed an entire squadron of dropships.
This was amazing good news. He'd shown her the Emperor's evil.
She got the
Now
stone.
she's gone over to the rebel side. Now is our moment. Attack! Reynardo exulted. They could win this thing. Zenobia commanded half the fleet. Who would follow the mad Emperor when they could follow his heir, who was wise and smart and a brilliant sorceress besides? But what about the core and the Iblis stone? What evil could the Emperor wreak with those? As he closed in on the Imperial fleet, Reynardo liked his odds.
Yeah, this is definitely a Zenobia ending we're getting here.
Oh, how had he gotten into this mess?
Either
He'd
Snorn,
never set out to be a hero. When he was a kid, he'd wanted to be a great cat burglar, until his mother had explained about foxes and cats. And then the Emperor had gone mad, and started sacrificing kittens to the lost gods. There were a lot of dead ravens here. Who had slain them?
Probably Zenobia. Kill the weapon.
The portal that led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
It's always, I'm missing something, I guess, sometimes. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Wait. Ah, damn it. sure I didn't accidentally put one onto the boat again. I feel like that's definitely one of the first ones you want to do is throwing someone off, because then you gotta like wait. Oh my god!
There were raven bodies everywhere. The precision of the wounds. Reynardo recognized her style. It appeared that she was single-handedly turning the tide of the battle. Good. That left the Emperor with only the core. Against him, all the rebels, his daughter, and her raven. He wished he was fighting alongside her, but they'd meet up soon enough.
And my guess is she got the Iblis stone, and that's why she's so mad and able to take him down. Wish I had a little more health. Do I actually, when I start a new story, do I actually go back to full health? If I don't, that's dumb. I don't know. I totally get when you repeat a chapter and going into the next chapter, your health doesn't come back. I totally get that. But it's still like one of the things, like, I should get all my health back when I start a new story.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Again. This time, he'd make an end of him. He'd screwed up last time, but he had a good feeling about this time.
Screwed up last time. He had a good Fuck! Praying I get my health back at the end. Or at, at the beginning of the new story. Alright, my guess is Zenobia kills us because she got mad with power and she needs our soul for the stone.
Zenobia was cutting down the Emperor's bodyguard like they were mushrooms. The Emperor was frantically readying some arcane instrument, brass and hammered steel wrapped around a glowing, thrumming sphere. Skyripper's core. Zenobia! Reynardo shouted. But he had no idea what else to say. Revenge! She shouted as she cut the last bodyguard down. A ray lanced out of the sphere. Everything around her burst into flames, but her sword seemed only to absorb it. She walked towards Isengrim III like she was walking against a river. Nothing could stop her. They were going to win. Zenobia stabbed the Emperor dead and flicked the moaning apparatus off. She was laughing hysterically. Or weeping, maybe. They had won. He ran to her. I killed my own father. She wept, and he held her. He told her he loved her. He would pull her back from the brink of madness. But the core thrummed louder and louder. At that moment, Reynardo understood that the core was going to explode catastrophically, and that this could have been victory. The Emperor and his daughter dead, the fleet destroyed. He'd almost been a hero. A legendary one, maybe. If only he and the rebel fleet hadn't been here. Oh, again? But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that.
He must have not used them the right way. Ah, what was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
So maybe for that one to be the Zenobia ending, I had to have gone with her to the mountains, because then I wouldn't have brought the rebels with. Z for Zeitgeist, a hero who never asked to be a hero, who let someone else save the day. Alrighty.
The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
God, I so wish
They
you could skip
needed a
this.
game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Alrighty, guys. Well, you know the drill. That's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Stories, The Path of Destinies. In the next part, guys, we will do the Iblis Stone now this time. So we'll have 3 endings left of each of them, because there's 8 endings on each side. And then 8 times 3 is 24. So, yeah, math. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give a like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, how shocked were you by that ending? I'm honestly a little shocked. I thought that she went to get the stone. And maybe she did, but they didn't really specify that. Who knows? We'll see. So, yeah. Excuse me. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as find my Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there, too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.